Look at this room. I want you to notice something. Not these specific pieces, not the colors. I want you to notice how this room makes you feel. Because there is a feeling that certain rooms give you the second you see them. A kind of exhale, a warmth, a quiet little rush of something good. And that is not an accident. That is not luck. That is design. Very specific, very intentional design, doing exactly what it was built to do. Now that feeling has a name, and today we are going to take it completely apart. What it is, why it works, and exactly how you can bring it into your own home. But before we get started, welcome back to Maximalist Home 101, your YouTube channel for everything maximalist. So let's start at the beginning. What is Dopamine Decor? Now, Dopamine Decor is a design philosophy, and I use that word deliberately. It's built around the idea that your home should be a source of genuine joy. Not magazine joy, not aspirational joy, but real, personal, specific to you joy. Now, the name comes from dopamine, the neurotransmitter your brain releases when it experiences something pleasurable or rewarding. And researchers studying how people respond to their environments found something really interesting. Visual richness, bold color, layered pattern, varied texture, meaningful objects activate those same reward pathways. Your brain releases more dopamine in a room that excites it than in a room that is calm and neutral. Now, that doesn't mean that every room needs to be loud. Dopamine decor is not a style, it's not a color palette, it's not a specific aesthetic that you can buy at a home goods store. It is a relationship between you and your space. It's the intentional use of things that genuinely, specifically, personally bring you joy. And that is going to be different for everyone. For some people, it's going to be deep, saturated jewel tones and a wall covered in art. For some people, it is a single perfect ceramic on a shelf that makes the room smile every time they walk past it. For some people, it's a room full of so many books that it looks like a library. The common thread is not the look. The common thread is the feeling that you get from the look. So if you're asking the same question as me, why do so many homes not have it? And here is the honest truth about why most homes don't feel this way. We have been decorating for other people. We have been decorating for the person who might visit and judge, for the guests who might think it's too much, for the landlord who might not approve, for the version of ourselves that we think that we are supposed to be, the calm, minimalist, has everything together, super sophisticated version that only needs a white wall and a single sculptural object to fill at home. But honestly, that's not me, and it may not be you either. And for some people, that version is real. But for a whole lot of us, and for the people who are drawn to color and pattern and layering and collecting and filling their shelves with things that they love, that version is so performative. And you can feel it. You can walk into a room that was decorated for someone else, and it feels like wearing clothes that almost fit, but not quite. So how do you actually build a home that feels like this? Here are 5 principles that will get you there. Principle 1 is to start with your joy inventory. Before you buy a single thing or paint a single wall, sit down and make a list of the things that genuinely make you happy when you look at them. Not things that you think are beautiful in the abstract, things that really make you feel something when they are in your actual presence. Now, this might be a specific color or a particular era of design. Maybe it'll be botanical prints or vintage pottery, books. Your options are endless. It could just be places that you have traveled or the textiles from them. Maybe it's dogs on needlepoint pillows. My point is, whatever it is, write it down because that list is your decorating brief. That is the source material for every decision that you are about to make. Now, principle number 2, commit to color. This is the one thing most people stop short of. They go to the paint store. They fall in love with a rich terracotta or a deep forest green. And then somehow they talk themselves into a beige or a taupe, a lighter, safer version. And then they wonder why the room still feels a little flat. Color is the fastest, most affordable way to transform how a space feels. A single wall in a bold, saturated color will do more for the emotional experience of a room than almost any piece of furniture you could buy. Trust the color that you love. Go one shade deeper than feels comfortable. That is almost always the right answer when it comes to paint for a room. Now, principle 3, layer your textures. Dopamine Decor is not just about what you see. It's about what you would feel if you could reach out and touch it. Velvet next to linen, next to woven rattan, next to smooth ceramic. Now your eye reads all of that variety as richness, as warmth, as depth. A room with only one texture, even if it is a beautiful texture, will always feel a little underdone. Think about your throw pillows, your rugs, your window treatments, your upholstery. Are they all from the same family of materials? If so, introduce something that lives in a completely different sensory category. Maybe a chunky knit next to a silky cushion. A rough jute rug layered under a soft wool one. That contrast is going to be where your razzle-dazzle magic lives. Now, principle number 4, display what you love. This is the one that Dopamine Decor gets right and that most design advice gets most wrong. Your collections are not clutter. Your books are not visual noise. Your grandmother's dishes are not a problem to be solved with a cabinet door. The things that you love, displayed where you can see them every day, are the single most powerful source of dopamine your home can offer you. They are memories, they are personality, they are proof that a real human being lives there and has a life full of things that matter. Listen, from one girly that loves color and things to another, stop hiding your stuff. Put them out. Group your ceramics together by color. Stack your books in a really interesting way and put an object on top. Hang the art you love even if it doesn't match. Actually, especially if it doesn't match. In principle number 5, the one that I think is the most important and most often overlooked. Let your home evolve. Now, Dopamine Decor is not a one-time project. It's not done in a weekend. It's a living, ongoing relationship with your place. The most joyful homes I have ever seen are the ones that have been added to slowly, over time, by someone who is paying attention to what they love. Have you ever read an article about a room that you just really love and the person says, you know what, honestly, it's not done. And it's probably never going to be done because I'm constantly adding to it and taking away. This is kind of what this theory is all about. Whether it's a piece from a flea market, something a friend made, an art print from an artist that you just discovered, a plant that has been alive so long it's become part of your architecture. You do not need to do all of this all at once. You don't need a budget or a plan or permission from a designer. You just need to start noticing what brings you joy and happiness, what makes you smile, and start letting yourself do more of that in your home, one little itty bitty piece at a time. So here's what I want you to take away from this today. Your home is working on you every single day. Every time you walk into a room, it is either giving you something or it is not. It is either reflecting back someone you recognize or it is not. It is either bringing you a little bit of joy or it's just sitting there with you inside it. Dopamine Decor is not about trends. It is not about buying more things. It is not about having a specific style or following a specific set of rules. It's about making the deliberate, intentional choice to surround yourself with the things that make you feel good. And deciding that you deserve a home that feels that way. Now, I want to hear from you, my sweet, sweet YouTube friends. What is the one thing in your home right now that brings you the most joy when you look at it? Drop it in the comments because I genuinely want to know. And of course, I read every single comment. Now, before I go on a tangent and get too carried away, if you're new here, welcome. We talk about bold, layered, personality-filled spaces every single week. There is so much more to where this came from. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Okay, so I will see y'all in the next one. Go make your home a little happier today. Bye, friends. Thanks for watching.